Hello everyone, I'm Jake Green, and this is the Jake Green Show. Most of you that are here know what this show is and know who I am. But if you're new here, well, again, this is the Jake Green Show. Over the last year, this show has been built. Today, January 15th, 2026, is the 1 year anniversary since the formal conception of the Jake Green Show. I look back and I thought maybe it was a little sooner, but looking at when I created the pages and created the email and really said the Jake Green Show is happening more than just my radio show at Parkland College was 1 year ago today. As you're watching this, hopefully, and as I'm recording it, I just wanted to sit down and almost create a reflection video, right? I don't know. It's something interesting. It's something different. It's something I hope to do every year that this show is a thing. Every time, January 15th rolls around, if I'm still doing media, then I hope to sit down for however long it may be. Many times I ask people questions and I get stories from other people, but I really don't break down kind of what I have going on, on my side of things completely. So that's what this video is going to be about. But first, I have to thank one person, a long list of many, but Editor Jake, throw in the intro from Mr. Andrew Kelly. Andrew created an intro for us very early at the Jake Green Show and said, "Here, I want you to have this. I want to do this for you." And I thank you, Andrew. Turned out really cool. So here you go. Let's roll the intro and let's get into the video. How about that intro? It's really, really cool. It's just neat to have it. I mean, my face is on everything, and my name's attached to it all. It's something I honestly never would have dreamed of, really, to know that I would have this built up to what it is. Granted, we're not, at this high level of anything as far as, followers and all this and that and analytics and all those things they tell you to follow as a media creator. And should I pay a lot of attention to that and try and build that more? Yeah, I probably should. But this is what I value. Whoever's watching this on the other side of the camera I'm looking into right now, I want you to be able to enjoy what I'm putting out, and it'd be valuable. And there's been times that I haven't wanted to. There's been times that with school and with everything else going on, that I'm just kind of burned out of it all. And we'll get into that a little bit later as well. But, I value this video to where you can just hear me talk. And if you care to watch and listen, thank you. If not, thank you as well. If you've even clicked on this video, hey, I'm good with that too. So let's start from the beginning. How did the Jake Green Show come about in this last year? Well, at Parkland College, I was a disc jockey on the student-ran radio station. I wanted to brand a show, and I didn't know what to do. Well, what better thought than try and brand it with myself. I kind of had a following. Some, people kind of enjoyed my personality, enjoyed when I did the dirt, years ago, if you remember that, as bike goes by. See, all raw and real. It's crazy that was 2018 to 2023 when that page got hacked. But I did interviews with Ward Burton and Kelly Earnhardt Miller and Kenny Wallace and names in NASCAR and names in dirt racing, and that was something that by the end of it kind of did die out in my heart. But and then it got hacked, and kind of wished I had it again. And I took a little bit of a while to not do anything instead of just trying to go right back into it. I eventually, land at this decision day that I have to brand something. And again, that being the radio show. And I thought, okay, let's do the Jake Green Show. And then my mind started spinning more and more, and that became, well, what you see now, TikToks and podcasts and YouTube videos. Granted, there's not a ton out right now in this last year. I probably could have done more. I don't lie to that there's definitely been a lot of times I've been lazy and just put it off. I have. A podcast with Chuck Vaughn. Chuck and I recorded that podcast in April, and it honestly just it took me till December of that following year to completely finish it and put it out, and that was a really good podcast. And but at the end of the day too, I am a one-man crew for the most part. I mean, I have my camera guy Ryan Ziegler, who has been a tremendous help to me, but I'm the editor, right? I'm kind of the talking to the businesses, talking to these places, getting the foods that I try, doing this and that, take care of that. I edit it all, I schedule it all, whatever I may do, that's on me. Ryan's been a big help though, and I want to thank Ryan, of course, as we get through this video. But so there's just been those times of lag, and having this last break and this last winter has been oh so good. It just been able to reset and really have a fire and love for it again. Coming up very soon, we have a video with Buford's and Sidoris, and Jeff Buckler and Buford's have been awesome to us. We went in to film that video back in April again too. Really a bad idea to film right before finals, because we jammed a lot of stuff in this little time, and then with finals, and then the summer stuff rolls around, and it kind of burnout plus busy equals not good, and that's why things get progressed on. But on our end, with Ryan and I, we did it a little wrong, and we didn't have an extra dump camera angle, so Ryan couldn't really reset, and the microphone situation didn't work out well for Buford's at first, and so I asked Jeff, I said, hey, we did this wrong, can we do it right? And we did, and I'm excited to have that get put out too. Hoping very soon, I would say within a month or so, we should have that out. Again, getting back into school now, should be good. Hope to see that really soon. Just this past year, wow. As far as my personal side, I've been able to work through a fall semester, work through a spring semester, really last spring, work through the fall, and now start the spring semester. I'm here at Parkland College. I've became the WPCD radio intern, with a ton of plans there, trying to improve that. We just launched our Instagram, and my aspirations to grow that and to get more people to know that Parkland College has a radio station. Just to do different things like that, and talking with people, and creating excitement and joy, and just knowledge that it exists there in Parkland College. I also, one of my biggest and best things that I'm so grateful for this last year, moved up to, it's kind of a joking title, but Assistant Director of Broadcasting at the Pontiac Holiday Tournament. Blake Whittle and I have worked together. This was year 4. I started off as just a high schooler calling games, a high number, and we built and I had ideas, and he had ideas, and we had access to this great equipment, and we were able to put something really, really special together. The Chicago Sun-Times named us the best holiday tournament stream. Our numbers were really good. I mean, we had a great turnout. We had great viewership. We had a crew that worked really hard, and we just put out a good product, and that was so joyful for me to be able to go through that and see. In the past year as well, I've continued work with Flow Sports, and for those of you who know me, and most of you again watching this do, I'm big in the racing world, and Flow Sports has Flow Racing, and working with them, and traveling to a few more new places, and experiencing things and learning things, and with Tiffany and Dan and Robbie, Adam, Seth, Kane, Burba, Michael Reiners, Michael Rigsby. I'm forgetting so many. I know just off the top of my head. I mean, Ben Shelton, Dustin Jarrett, Trenton Berry, Blake Anderson, right? Chris Moore. Meeting all these people, Chet Christner, working with them all, who are really some of the bigger people in our sport, right? And just learning from everyone has been so special, and to be able to work alongside them and just again grow has been so cool. And I know this upcoming year, kind of the plans that in the sense really to do the same, just continue to grow there and follow that, and that's a cool, really cool opportunity for me. Being again around racing so long growing up, and then now working in it, you have a couple pinch me moments, and it's so cool. It just really is. It leaves me speechless. I'm trying to think if I forgotten anyone there, but all of our camera guys, like like I said, I think I may have mentioned Adam Martz earlier. I don't remember. Adam Martz, Nate Hartman, Cody Hicken, of course. Me and Cody ran into each other quite a bit this last year. Worked with Trevor Speidel, Roger Wolf, just a couple of times with Roger, but you spend you spend a week with someone, but Roger and I work pretty closely at the Dome, and just all the people. Lando, how could I forget Lando? But all the people that I'm able to interact with, and it's so cool to have this tight knit little family. And granted, I don't come in all that often, but when I do, I feel very welcomed, and it's just it's really cool, really cool. Again, leaves me pretty speechless, really. What else is next for the Jake Green Show? What's next for Jake Green? Well, for the Jake Green Show, my radio show comes back this semester, 11 to 1 on Wednesdays, starting next week. So I think that's the week of the 18th or 19th, I believe. But yeah, so it starts here very soon, and there we go again, trying to get more stories and give people things on the FM airwaves of Parkland College Radio. As far as me personally, well, I go from a Cobra to a Redbird really soon. Here's my certificate. I didn't know they sent these, but certificate of admissions to Illinois State University. A great program there. I got to meet with Steve Cease recently, and I'm so excited to get. I told him in an email to go spend my fall in Fell Hall. Fell Hall is where the WZND radio station sits at ISU, and a lot of their media program there, and just it's kind of cool building that again. Okay, Parkland's over. Wow, how did that happen? Now here's that next step. I already have a place in Bloomington, so I'll be moving again. Lived on my own really since right out of high school. July after I graduated high school, I moved to Champaign. And so it's kind of crazy. I've been down here for so long, and then, moving here really soon. It's so crazy how fast things move. But it's honestly, it's just all crazy. I can't believe I'm sitting here, and someone's probably watching. I think we're about 13 minutes or so. Someone's probably watching this whole thing. At least a couple people probably will. And that's so crazy that I can have 13 minutes of your day, and I'm so grateful for it. Even if it's 2 minutes on a TikTok, or whether it's 45 on a YouTube video, whether it's 2.5 in a podcast, whatever it is, I'm so grateful for it. Again, as I move forward with the Jake Green Show, there's more food I want to try. There's videos I have just kind of locked away, but the way I think through how I post things and such, like I haven't got them all out yet, and I haven't completely understood my rhythm or completely some things on my end on how to do that. I'm learning with this social media thing, and learning with this whole Jake Green Show umbrella, learning with it all. And so again, more stuff like that, more of the short form content is coming. I mentioned Buford's, right? That video will come out soon with their tenderloin. And I hope to do more podcasts. Now, in the last couple of podcasts, the two we have out, they have been a lot more produced and a lot more lighting. Chuck Vaughn's, I mean, we brought lights in, we had camera angles, we had one kind of a mishap on a camera, and thankfully it was mine and not Chuck. But no fault of Ryan Ziegler's either, but there was something in the camera we didn't notice on the viewfinder. It didn't show it to us, and then we downloaded all the footage, and I was a little out of focus. And there's just so much production with that, and I think I have a new idea, and it would allow me to do more podcasts with less of this heavy editing, with less of this heavy production, but just a raw and real conversation with someone. And I have a few people I really want to have on, and I think within the next month or two that could be attainable as well. And looking at different things like that, I love storytelling. I love being able to tell someone's something to other people, tell them their why. Everyone has a why. Everyone has a story. Well, what is it? I don't know all of them yet, but I'm curious. I'm a very curious person. I enjoy learning. Some things better than others, but you can find me watching YouTube videos about different countries overseas, or how trains work in certain areas. I watch Simon Wilson, for example, and he travels all over, and you can see how a train in Pakistan is compared to a train in the States, or how just life is. I watch Mike OK. He went to North Korea recently, and I think he was just in Afghanistan too, and he goes through all these places and meets people. I mean, you open your borders and allow everything to come in, and you're able to just get all this knowledge, digest it all. Seek discomfort is another one. I think you see it right above me here. I don't know if you can see my skateboard over here or not. I don't skateboard, but it's a cool little deck. Like that company has been another one I watch really heavily and pay attention to. And it's just they go around and they meet people, or they experience these really unique things, and that's just so cool to me. And I just, again, love storytelling, love being able to just give people a platform even too. A lot of the things I do, I try and collaborate and bring people in. You saw a lot of videos over the summer with Mason Schlosser, and he's one of my really good friends now, and working with Mark Meyer and Tim Scott and Pontiac Media, and really kind of close with those guys. And then of course Mason's Tim's grandson, and that's cool too, right? You bring that together. I bring Mason in, and we have these videos with friends. TJ Murphy was in a video or two. Ryan and Alex and Blake and Mason shared you holiday wishes here recently. That's what it's about. I mean, the Jake Green Show is not Jake Green, it's everyone else that's involved in it, and I firmly believe that. I mean, obviously my face is on it, and a lot of the videos are just me, but if I don't have those people, then I'm nothing. And I strongly believe that in a lot of things. You have to have your team. With the Pontiac Holiday Tournament, for example, if we don't have our team, we don't succeed. If the Jake Green Show doesn't have our camera guy Ryan, I haven't been able to do a lot of the things I've done so far. And Ryan taking his time and his passion for it. Again, I can't thank Ryan enough. Really, I haven't a ton publicly, but Ryan knows that. Man, he's been special. We kind of didn't really talk at all, and then one time I had an opportunity to film a video. I said, hey, I want you to be a part of this, and from that day forward, it's been, we'll send each other ideas or think through things, and it's just, we both have a passion for it, and I end this video pretty closely, at least in this video. Michael Rigsby said in a podcast, and I mentioned this in a Facebook post too, but in a podcast with Cordy Gundaker, that when he started Dirt on Dirt and started his time, Michael, one of the big role models I have, and when he started this company right here, that has now grown to so much, and grown to Flow Racing, and after as Flow acquired it and everything, but has just grown so much. And he built this thing, but he mentioned that he loved this thing and he wanted everyone else to love this thing. Well, I love people, I love storytelling, I just love having joy and sharing things with people. And I like giving up this product. And whatever I do, there's some type of story behind it. There's some type of connection, and that's what I love. And loving it again is so refreshing. Again, being swallowed in 16 credit hours last semester, and just honestly in this rotation of just wake up, do this, go to bed, wake up, do this, go to bed. You just kind of get burned out. Again, I've just fizzled. This semester is media heavy in my classes. It's not as strong of a class load. Still some tough stuff. I was Dean's List last semester, which shockingly, I remember I was doing one of my finals in the loading bay of the St. Louis Dome. That was really interesting too. But going back to the people, Trenton Berry and Blake Anderson and Chris Moore, they all sent me some text messages after that. I had shared with Trenton that I got a good grade on it, and they all, were just really supportive. It's all like one big family over there. But having all these people, interacting with everyone, that's what's so good about it. But yeah, no, I just finally kind of love it again. And there's going to be waves that I do and don't love it, but for now I do. And again, starting to kind of get that list together of here's some things I really want to do. And I already know when I move to Bloomington, based on some of the resources I'm going to have there, like I'm going to try and do maybe a studio, or try and do some more things like that. And again, those year out, 2 years out plans I've never had before, but now I'm at the point where I can start to look ahead that long and go, okay, in a year's time, in a 2 years time, this is what we can build. And I'd rather put out a good product than not just to put out a product. I want a video to be edited right versus just trying to get it out. But if you've watched this 21-minute and some odd second video, some odd sense. See, I tend to talk. I love to talk, and I can just ramble for 22 minutes. Really, I hope this video had some type of structure. It's really just something I want to do. Again, sit down in front of a camera and talk about stuff from the last year. Talk about things, in these breaks. And every year on January 15th, I hope there to be a video of me sitting down somewhere. The last time you'll see it here, because I'll be gone in just a couple of months from here. But and you just evolution, almost like a documentary of what I have going on. Just a little piece, little thing for me. But again, thank you so much, so much for watching. If you have watched this whole video, thank you. It's just so special, so crazy that this is where we are. If I'm just kind of getting an itch one day to do it, actually start the page, create that email, make the Jake Green Show more than just an idea. People from all over have commented on my TikToks. There's been good comments, bad comments. You have that in social media, right? A lot on my weight, a lot on this and that. You have that. I mean, again, it's all real. I leave it all too. Some people delete it. I leave it. It's people can say whatever they want. They can have their own opinion. The good outweighs the bad for sure. 60,000 people have seen me eat a snack wrap, which is really interesting and really cool. A lot of people have told me they love what I'm doing and enjoy what this Jake Green Show is, and I have no plans of stopping. So, with that, as we brink 24 minutes, at least on my end of filming, which most of this is just going to be unedited, raw, real, me talking for however long. Again, I'm Jake Green. This is the Jake Green Show. I thank you so much for tuning in and being supportive. Work hard, be kind, and stay humble. Thank you all, and goodbye, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.